Thank you, Aaron. Our second speaker is speaking from the Competent Communication Manual, Research Your Project. He says, responsibility, it's more than just a word. It's a lifestyle. His speech is titled, Responsibility with a Twist. Please help me welcome Eddie Rodriguez.
Yeah. Responsibility. When you take responsibility in your life, there comes with it a lot of paranoia. Paranoia?
Very
It
good.
comes with it with a lot of paranoia. Responsibility is something that we own, right? Does everybody here own their own responsibilities? But there's some people that don't. There's some people that we believe should hold certain responsibilities, and in their life they don't do it. But that's their life. Now, when I looked up the word responsibility, I found that it's a little bit different than what I had exactly thought it was. And Sir Beth, can you read that for us, please?
Sure. Responsibility. The state or fact of being responsible, answerable, or accountable for something within one's power, control, or management. An instant of being responsible. The responsibility for this mess is yours. That's the example.
Now, responsibility, it's yours, you own it. Sometimes we think other people should be responsible for things that we think they should be responsible for. Is there another word or another way that we could look at responsibility? I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and he said something that just, oh my God, it fascinated me. It really captured me, and I said, you know what? That really is, to me, the meaning of responsibility. Would anybody like to know what that is?
Yes.
Response to your ability. How do you respond to your abilities? We all have abilities in life. We all have great things inside of us. How do we respond to that? And isn't it our responsibility to respond to what has been given to us at birth? And sometimes we don't even know what that is. We don't discover it till later. I know in my life, I didn't know what my abilities were. In my earlier life, I did drugs. I was really good at that. Is that an ability? No, I don't think so. I was able to drink like crazy. Not a very good ability. I didn't think I had many abilities at all. I was a failure in school. I quit high school, joined the Army. I failed at that. So where were my talents? What was it that I could do to bring something into the world? How could I respond to my abilities when I didn't know what they were? Well, the funny thing is, in 2011, the universe called me up and said, hey, Eddie, what are you doing, man? I said, I'm just kind of hanging out, just going through life. They said, listen, we need somebody that's a little nutty, okay? And I said, hey, damn, there's my talent. I'm a little bit of a nut. I said, okay, we need you to walk 2,000 miles to Manhattan, New York. Now here's something I can do. It's not that I'm talented at walking, but it's something that I could do. It was after I had a cerebral hemorrhage, my brain had been wiped out, my life was going nowhere, I had no directions. So, hey, why not go out and spread smiles across the country? There we go. That's something that I can do. But what ended up surfacing were some of my talents that I never knew I had. I never really knew that I could speak. My biggest fear in life was speaking. I knew that I could talk a little bit in front of people because I got in a rabbit suit, showed my face, and I went out there and I started reading poems to people to break my fear of public speaking, but I really didn't know if I'd be any good. But I found out, you know what, I might be a little bit better than what I thought. So there was a talent. And I was able to use that talent, although I really didn't know that I was using my talent, along the walk to talk to people, to open up their hearts, to have them respond to what I was sharing. And the thing that I was sharing was very simple. It was just the smile. It was the smile. But that really opened people's hearts. And I found out later, not at the time, that was one of my talents. That I have the ability to go and talk to people and to allow them to be themselves, to open up their hearts, to feel the joy of life, to take their responsibility to the next level. And that was fantastic for me. It really opened my heart and made me a better person. Another thing that I didn't know I had talent in was writing. It turned out, everybody was saying, Eddie, you need to write a book. And I'm like, write a book? I can't even read a book, much less write a book. And it was true, I couldn't read a book at that time because my brain had been scrambled and I wasn't able to read sentences and paragraphs and things. But it turned out that I can actually write. And I never knew that that was a talent that I had. It's a responsibility. What became my response to my abilities? Well, it's a world tour. It's a world tour that I will be taking where I'm going to be going out across the world, starting here in the United States, spreading smiles, spreading happiness, spreading joy, sharing the knowledge that I learned along my walk. And most of the work is here in my book. 10 Million Smiles from Florida to New York. And for people to let me know that I do have a writing talent, they've left me, what do they call those?
Reviews.
Reviews, thank you. They've left me reviews on Amazon that are absolutely phenomenal. And it is such a blessing to, number one, learn what your talents are. Understand what your talents are. And to respond to your talents. And that, my friends, becomes part of our responsibility. Thank you.